Yeah, this is David Talbot. I'm CTO at WorkMovr, and I'd like to talk to you about the WorkMovr asynchronous subsystem, which might be of interest to some of you. First question, obviously, why are we doing this? Well, Caspio is synchronous. Actions generally happen immediately at the same time. You type some stuff into a data page, press submit, and it updates in a great fashion all the regular tables, okay? But sometimes you need to take action later, asynchronously, or at a different time. And Caspio does have excellent scheduled tasks, which are asynchronous, but they do have limitations. You can only run them once an hour. They're limited to number of records, and you can't execute a program from them. But we do use scheduled tasks quite a lot because they do work really, really well, okay? So the question comes, why do we do it in this fashion? Well, we found that our programmers were writing all sorts of custom cron jobs, and some of them didn't work very well. We didn't know how many there were, that we didn't know if they worked or didn't work, and it was sort of a mess, quite honestly. And so we formalized our asynchronous subsystem. So what we do, we use Caspio REST APIs to initiate a standard generic abstract process in AWS. So the abstract process is sort of interesting. Our asynchronous subsystem doesn't really know what it's doing. It just knows it's got to do it, okay? And but within that, we list all the asynchronous processes that we can run. This asynchronous subsystem tracks execution and notifies its successes and failures. It's event-driven, see? So like with scheduled tasks, you've got to run it all the time, whereas there can be quite a lot of wasted computer cycles. I mean, who's going to send a fax in the middle of the night, right? And so we have here, it's event-driven. It doesn't do anything until it realizes it's got something to do. We also put in a robust error handling. When our programmers were writing their own custom cron jobs, we had all sorts of things going wrong, and sometimes someone's cron job would clog up the whole works. And so we have really robust error handling in the asynchronous subsystem. It makes it easy for junior programmers to implement more complicated tasks. And as I mentioned before, everything we do at WorkMovr is in cost accounting. We're always looking at cost accounting because in the end, it's economics that drives everything. So let me do a little case study. Outbound fax is a good one because faxes are a queuing system. We send a fax synchronously to the SR fax service, and then they wait until they get a free telephone line. And then if the other target fax machine is busy or whatever, they do retries. And so we wait 15 minutes and then go back to SR fax and say, hey, did our fax get there? Okay. So we send the fax here, and we can send it here. It has, we can do attachments and things like that to go into the fax. And we have activity entities. These are the things we can do if we wanted to. So here we have a human activity entity, which is the fax, outbound fax delivery check, and it's assigned to the customer service role and has cost accounting with it, okay? And then for this particular fax here, you did this on the 14th of May, sort of midnight UTC. We have both computer status and human status. So the computer status means that it's gone to SR fax to get the computer, the completion indicator, and the human status has one of our customer service reps looked at the result and said it's okay. Okay. So here the computer work is done, but we still need to notify the human part. So we have to figure out how to get that to the right person. So we have a role-based work allocation subsystem that sends the indication or the inbox task to either a role or to an individual, okay? And this is what we call our work sports, okay? And then it comes up in your inbox. This is everyone's inbox, and you can see we've got 3 people in the customer service role, and so it came up in their inbox. And then, as always, we grab the cost accounting data. We always do cost accounting. So we're always happy to share the asynchronous subsystem with anyone else in the Caspio family. And thank you very much. Bye-bye.